Happy Tuesday, everybody. I want to welcome you to another episode of Moments of Clarity. And I'm so excited. It's another Tuesday, a beautiful Tuesday. And guess what? It's still Love Month. And we're celebrating that by doing a couple things. If you have not checked out the Relationship Goals podcast that we did on Sunday, I think everybody on the planet should watch that particular podcast. I mean, some great conversations about relationships. So you can scroll on this page and you can check it out. It is a vibe, great information. I'm telling you, it's going to be, you're going to be inspired on so many levels. But I'm here today with the cast of Business as Usual. Business as Usual is a unique project that I started a couple of months ago with a few hosts on this app called Bigo. Most of you that do know, that do follow me, I do write. Some of you probably come to some of my plays and some of the events and whatever that I've thrown throughout the country. And this has been a unique project because everybody, of course, because of Thug Rona in these streets, everybody is having to do everything virtually. And so connecting with these hosts on this app, I was able to pull some cool people together, and some of them have acted before, some of them have not acted before. For some of them, this is the first time doing it, but they killing it. They're killing it. So the first time that we did it, and I just did this for the most part, just so to kind of see how people will connect with the idea of doing a scripted series on this on the app called Bigo. And to our surprise, people really gravitated to the project. The first time we did it, we had over 3,000 people in our room watching this, and people were really, really caught up in the drama of it. And so that, which is pretty interesting. And so I have my cast here today. We're going to talk about that experience, but then we're also launching our new episode on tomorrow on this app called Bigo. And to this process, I have some new cast members. This episode, the new episode to me is really near and dear to my heart because we're adding some new characters. They are crazy hilarious. So I've been telling people, like, if you enjoyed the first episode, and everybody has, then this particular episode is gonna have your ankles hurt. I'm serious. I mean, it's gonna start here with the headaches, and it's gonna go all the way through your body with the laughter and the excitement and just all the energy that's around this whole process. So, Cass, welcome to Moments of Clarity. How you guys doing? Happy Tuesday. I know in some parts of the country, some of y'all are snowed in, and I know some of y'all huffing, puffing, and cussing about that all the snow. So, how you all doing today?
Hey,
I'm doing good.
how are
Don't
you?
worry about the snow.
Hello.
I got it.
I'm great.
Doing good.
Well, listen, so we have fun doing this business as usual script on Bigo, and I want to come to the characters that were part of the first episode first. So we have Alex, we have Dr. Clemens. Oh my God, Dr. Clemens, and Sharon and Michelle. So you are a part of the first episode. So I want to start with you all. So Sharon, now I'm going to start with you particularly because I appreciate you, Sharon, because you came in probably like a week before we started this thing. And in spite of all of our nervous energy, I know you was nervous like on so many levels. Because I'm not sure if this is your first time acting, but I mean, you were definitely a fan favorite. People are still talking about Sharon in these big old streets for real. My mom even said that Sharon is something else. I like her. I was like, okay, all right, Sharon, pull up, pull up, pull up. So tell us, Miss Extra, Felicia, tell us about your experience throughout this whole process.
First of all, can you hear me real good? Okay.
Yes.
First of all, I just want to say thank you for the opportunity or whatever. It is actually my first time ever acting. People always say I'm a little character within my own self, but Sharon, she a motherfucker, and I feel like that's who I am. You know what I'm saying? I fit who Sharon is in real life. So it's awesome. I'm excited about the new episode. We got some new great people here. It's gonna be lit, like always.
So have you ever done anything like this? Have you ever acted before, or this is your first time doing it?
No, this is my very first time doing it. Besides, in school when they make you do it, but actually, like, this is my very first time.
Hey, but listen, let me just say, I'm telling you, everybody loves sharing in these. Everybody loves sharing in these streets. They talking up about sharing, and even though this particular episode, some people may be a little bit disappointed because Sharon is not as turned up as she was in the first episode. But that's life too, right? You're not always, no, you're not always. And so I wanted to write characters that were
As always.
that had a wide range of emotion, right? I don't want people to be caught up in a one like sort of kind of one trick pony. And so it's good to see that Sharon, even though when she turned up, that she does know how to turn down, she does know how to process, she does know how to emote, and so all that stuff I think would make people relate to Sharon even the more. So a part of this process also for the first time for the first episode was my boy Stats, who played Alex, and sort of kind of a similar situation. Alex, even though you were already a part of this process, you were not going to be playing the lead guy. You weren't playing Alex, and even though you have acting experience and you've done some movies and done some commercials and other things like that. What's different about this particular project? Do you feel that's different from anything else you probably have done?
Well, what's different from this project is that it's all online. So I'm
Mhm.
not in front of like people. I don't see people. I'm not doing rehearsals like, stop the camera, let's do that line again. Everything just shot like it just keeps going. So you just practice from your own comfort from your home. So it's way different. And I enjoy the fact that we all put this together just being at home. It's amazing how
Mhm.
much you can do, how much you can produce while being at home. Like we create this awesome show. It's our second episode. Everybody's pretty excited for it, and I'm excited to show everyone on Bigo and everyone around the world about it. This is totally amazing.
Yeah, it's lit on so many levels. And so you started off actually playing the character that I played, which was Keith. And
Yes.
so, and as we talked about in the last episode, you sort of kind of gravitated more to Keith's personality than Alex. So, do you still feel after a month of being in Alex's shoes, do you still feel like you relate to this guy, or he's still sort of kind of far off from who you are as an individual?
Um, do I relate to him? Somewhat. I mean, he's going through struggles. I'm going through struggles. He's trying to make things right within his relationships. I'm trying to make things right also. He just there's some parallel. There's some things that are like close knit to where I'm at too, as does Alex. So, I mean, I do feel more closer to Alex more so than I did with Keith, because Keith was just a fun guy, like living his life, enjoying, working at the company that Alex created, him and Sharon. So it's just I feel like Alex is a go getter. He's trying to do the best he can in his life. So am I. And though he's trying to do the best, he does have problems like everybody else. And he
Sure.
just tries to fix it as much as possible. So I do feel like I'm getting closer to Alex every now and then. Yes, for sure.
Hey, that's what's up, and that's what it's all about. Again, I wanted to write characters that had a wide range of emotion. Not just one trick ponies. I'm a huge fan of Kevin Hart, but oftentimes when I see Kevin Hart in movies, he's playing the same dude. You know what I'm saying? I think I've only seen him in one movie where he sort of kind of was serious. I could appreciate that element that he brought to it because I'm like, dude, I'm always seeing you as the jester in the role. And so. But I like to try to write characters that have a wide range of emotions because that's who we are. You know what I'm saying? As human beings, we are layered. We're not just this who you see the first time you meet me is not who I am, the totality of who I am. So that's cool that as these characters are evolving, that you all are connecting with them as well. So let's pull up Dr. Clemens. Dr. Clemens in this show, she's the shrink. She's a psychologist, and she's letting everybody have it. She just will listen. Put you right there on Front Street. If this where you want to get off at, front is where you at. So Dr. Clemens is cool, and she's been played by Melodic Dreams, Latisse Douglas. So Latisse, welcome back to Moments of Clarity, and
Hey,
welcome back to this whole process. So how was it
hey.
like for you being Dr. Clemens the first time and now this time? I know you're reading for the role now. So do you feel like you relate to Dr. Clemens at all?
Oh, absolutely. Yes. I definitely relate to her. I've been Dr. Clemens my whole life, and I just didn't know it until I got this role. Because as a stylist, we're your therapists, we're your counselors, your sex therapists, marriage
Come
counselors.
on,
We
sex
do it
therapist. Come
all.
on,
I mean,
sex
I
therapist.
mean, because really, women sit in our chair and they tell us everything, and so we try to, not really insert our own thoughts, but we just try to give them a voice of reason. So it's nothing new for me. And so I enjoy playing it. And it's like each time I'm just more curious to see where she's going to go. Because even therapists have their own shadow work to do. We don't know what Dr. Clemens had in her past
Oh,
that
we
she
gonna find,
overcame.
but we gonna find out. We gonna
Right.
find out.
Everybody overcomes something. So I'm enjoying it. It's fun.
Hey, so I'm telling we listen, I promise you, we gonna find out. We're gonna start undigging some of Dr. We're gonna see some skeletons in Dr. Clement's closet as well. So it's all on the horizon. I want to go to cheychase, who plays Miss Michelle, who's the best friend of Sharon in the show. And cheychase, who's in Boston. I listen, and so is it cold? I know y'all cold up there. I'm nervous because it's cold. Y'all
Oh,
cold,
it's
cold for
cold.
real, right? Y'all.
It's cold and the snow is on its way down here. So,
Yikes. Shad, tell me how you relate to Michelle as a person in real life, and then you see the character sort of kind of evolving. Do you feel like this character is you, or do you feel like it's a stretch for your personality?
there's definitely a great connection between Shy Chase and Michelle. So it
Okay.
actually makes it pretty easy now to play her. The more I'm getting to know Michelle,
Mm.
Michelle is just always this, going high person and friend to Sharon. And like Ginger would say, a beautiful distraction to Sharon as she's going through her emotions. But I am excited to see what Michelle has from her past and then, you know, to her future.
Oh yeah, listen, I want you to know we coming for Michelle. Oh, we coming for all these characters. And so all these characters are layered. They really are. And I think that's because we are as human beings, we're all layered. You know what I'm saying? You can meet me one day and you probably see this dude right here, but you can meet me a whole nother other day and I'll be in another space. It doesn't mean that I'm a bad person, it just means that I'm layered. There are more things that's going on in my life than what you probably encountered the first time you met me. And so that's just real. That's just a fact of life. And I think the more we can understand that, and the more we can give people space for grace, right? And so that's just real because we all are layered. So now we can dive in some of the new characters. So I want to dive into let's pull up one of the fellas. So this is actually one of my favorite characters in the show. I enjoy writing for this particular character, and his name is Xavier. And so if you want to find out who I am, I promise you, you can look at this whole guy scene. All of these guys are me, are bits of me. They really are. And I gravitate more to Xavier because one, he's a free spirit, he's chilled, and you know what? My show is called Moments of Clarity. And it's because of that. Xavier is the clearest guy in the room. And even though people may not understand his clarity, they may think, oh, you crazy for thinking like that. He's actually clear. If you sit down and he's like a sage. So it's crazy because he's like a silly sage. If that makes any sense. And that he cracks the jokes, he's quick on the jokes, he's quick off the dome. But if you hear behind everything he's saying, if you just there and ponder what Xavier is talking about, I'm telling y'all, Xavier is taking y'all to life class. I'm telling you, Xavier is the clearest guy in the room. So I so enjoy writing for Xavier. And Xavier has been played by my homie, my brother. This dude is funny in real life. I should have just like, hey, just do Xavier. I shouldn't even wrote anything for this character because Check brings so much foolishness to any situation that it ain't even work. It ain't even work for him. And so I sort of felt slighted. I'm like, I shouldn't even wrote nothing for Xavier. I should just say, okay, let people respond to you, Check, and just respond how you would normally respond. because Check brings so much crazy to any situation. And I appreciate your sense of humor, bro. I love you. I love all your energy, man. You are freaking hilarious in real life. So, without further ado, I want to introduce to some and present to others. Cut the check. Chuck, I mean, I love you, bro. And he's playing Xavier in this role. So, welcome to Moments of Clarity, Xavier. No, right? You know.
Yeah.
So listen. So tell us. So how do you? This is so interesting. So how do you relate to your character Xavier in the show? Do you feel like you relate to him, or he's not you at all? How do you feel like you relate to him?
Yeah, Xavier is definitely Xavier. I would say is the younger me, the more the me that was buck wild and was younger and wore my heart on my sleeve. Because
Mm.
I was young and wild. So meanwhile, you think you're playing me and you ain't playing shit. I'm over here stacking up these checks, finna move on with my life. So yeah, Xavier related to. I told you last night. I didn't even want to tell you that. But I said, fuck it. We finna shoot them all. I might as well just say what it is. It was hard kind of tapping into Xavier because I was like, damn, a little part of me was like, he funny and all that, but he made me think about my past a little bit. Like, being in a relationship, knowing I'm being cheated on and blah, blah, blah. So y'all gonna have to pull up for that, Xavier. And y'all gonna get a whole lot of me in that tomorrow because we done tapped in, baby, and we ready.
Hey, hey, listen, I
Yeah.
feel the vibes. I feel the energy already. Again, Xavier's one of my favorite characters to write for. In a lot of ways, Xavier and believe it or not, Dr. Clemens are a lot alike because they're clear. They're just clear. They're clear in the moment. And what we're gonna find out about Dr. Clemens, even though she's clear, she's gonna be a little bit hypocritical too because she can't do some of the stuff she's telling you all to do. So we're gonna see some of that as well. But what I like about both of these characters that in these moments they clear. And if you can process what they're saying, if you can listen behind the jokes, if you can listen behind some of the things they're saying, man, they're clear. They're the clearest people in the room. And so that's exciting for me. And so also, here's another character that I just, yeah, it was a joy writing for. Just because it was interesting, this character is extremely colorful, extremely loud. And listen, if we have a Miss Extra in this show, then this person would definitely be Mr. Extra. I promise you. And that is in the character of Marquise, Mr. Extra. I promise you. And for those of you that seen the show, you haven't met Marquise. He's new to the show, and he's played by my homie Nell, who's in ATL. And I'm just happy one that you are part of this process. And man, listen, we've been in rehearsals. It's hard to get through some of this stuff with Marquise because he extra. Well, Miss Extra is probably extra. This Marquise is extra times 25. And it's like, stop, just give us a break. Stop, And so yeah, so they'll be welcome to Moments of Clarity. And then tell me if you relate to the character of Marquise, and if so, how do you relate to the character of Marquise?
Do I relate to the character of Marquise or what? Let me tell y'all. So I'm a Gemini, and it's like 49 of us. And one of my alter egos is actually Marquise, like all the way. My actual alter ego name is Marquavius, and he's very, very loud. He's like functions, and he will get your ass together. Like he will definitely read you down. And so, like you to actually like pull that part out of me, I had to like call him after I got the script. I'm like, why are you in my business? Like, are you serious? And so, yeah, like it is definitely a pleasure just to play myself. Like, it was a pleasure.
You know what? That is so interesting that you always say that because this script, obviously, I wrote it before I recruited. Most of you ought to be a part of it. And I think during the last show, I had some ideas of where I wanted the show to go. And then when I heard that some of you all had interest in being a part of it, I was like, oh, Do you know what? This person actually would fit their character perfectly. I thought the same thing about Xavier. I thought the same thing about Marquise as it relates to you, Neil. And you all, when I say y'all are crushing it, that's why I'm really, really excited about this episode. You all are crushing it. So Nell B is the hairstylist in their city, their metro city, and brings all types of foolishness to this girlfriend conversation that I don't think nobody's ready for. We also have another new cast member that I'm excited to write in this particular show. There is some things we're going to uncover as we dive, and we're going to do that in the next episode. Connect more with this character and find out some more about her personality and who she is. What we do know, just on based on this episode, is that she works for Alex and she works for Sharon at their business. And this character's name is Imani. So she's an admin to Alex and Sharon. She works for them at their company, and she's new to the script. So, like you all met Keith on last episode, who was the assistant to Alex. You're going to also meet Imani this episode, who's the assistant to both of them. So Imani is played by Divine Vibes. So Divine Vibes, welcome to Moments of Clarity. So tell me how you relate to your character Imani, and if you do, I mean, you may or you may not. So how do you relate to Imani?
Hello, everybody. I relate to Imani a little bit, just because she's like kind of like the outsider and she's getting to know folks, and she works for, these people who she's, getting to know in this video chat. So I don't know too much about Imani right now, but from what I could tell, she's going to be very interesting in the future because Gentry is something else. I can't imagine.
So yeah, you're right. It's definitely going down, and there's so much. This character is going to evolve. You're going to definitely see a lot more of Imani. Imani, though, which was interesting in this episode, I want to give anything away. Imani has an interesting experience during the pandemic, and it's called a virtual date. So she goes on a virtual date during this episode, which is going to lend to some great conversations during this process. So Cass, I think I've had everybody up here except for the last character who's going to be added to this process as well. I have two more characters. One of them couldn't be here today, but I do have this other character who is Sean. Now, Sean is so if you meet the guys, you're gonna meet me. I'm telling you. So Sean is introverted. I'm naturally introverted. Even though you see me like on a platform like this, you will assume that I'm extroverted. I think all of us have to balance out our personalities and become the balance. And so I used to be an extreme introvert, almost a hermit. And I understand because of what I have to do, what I do professionally, I had to balance that personality out. I had to be approachable. I had to be able to talk, and I had to be able to communicate and articulate vision and all that type of stuff. So I had developed those attributes. And that's what you see right now. That's what Gentry is. That's my alter ego. So Charlie Tub the Third is the introvert. Gentry is watch him. He a little extra. He can be. And so Sean being added to this process is a little of me as well. Sean is an introvert, and Sean is right in the middle of still dealing with a breakup that he's experienced. And so Sean, who's played by Nate. I appreciate you, bro. You're doing this character so much justice. So, welcome to Moments of Clarity, and tell me, Nate, how you relate. Okay, Nate, how you relate in the state. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so tell me how you relate to the character Sean. How you relate, and if you relate at all to your character Sean. You there? I got you. Are you muted? Hold on, let me check. Make sure I haven't muted you. Hold on.
There we go. I'm good.
There you go. You good.
All right. Hi, guys. I'm Nate. I go by Uni. But I play Sean in the show. Am I lagging?
No, you good. Go ahead.
Okay. I play Sean in the show, and I actually relate to Sean very well. Naturally, I'm quiet, introverted, smart, just like him. I go through a lot of the same things he goes through in life, so I relate to him very well. But he's someone you don't really want to mess with, so yeah.
Listen, I be trying to tell people, listen, I be trying to tell people, leave introverted people alone. Because we process a lot, we internalize a lot, and people like that are extremely dangerous. I'm telling you. Any one of us that are, especially, I think everybody on this panel, check. Are you introverted or are you extroverted? Let me find out. Are you introverted or extroverted? Do you know?
No,
I'm in these
no, I'll
goddamn
answer for
streets.
him. I'll answer for him. He's
I'm
an
in these
extrovert
goddamn
all
streets.
the way.
No, 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 no. Listen now. Yeah,
That's my
I'm
brother. I'm gonna
introverted. I
answer for
likes to
you.
be.
Sorry.
I likes my space and my own quality quiet time. When I can get it. But
Boy, them
I've grown to
eyes.
be more of a, when y'all mad, cut the motherfucking check. Cut the check is my alter ego, and is, now y'all let me. I get to be my buck wild crazy self, and y'all egg it on.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think I'm becoming more of an extrovert. So yeah, there we go.
So, Miss Extra, what were you gonna say about that? What you was trying to turn up and say something?
First of all, he's already an extrovert. He's never been an introvert. Let's keep that all the way 100. He is all the way live all the time. That's what he is. I can honestly say I'm an introvert because this is allowing me to be uh my alter ego. Her name is Tanisha. She's a
I'm on
motherfucker.
to
But for real, I like to stay to myself. And when I don't want to be bothered, I don't want to be bothered with nobody. Leave me alone. Let me do me. Leave me alone. But don't unleash the dragon. I'm telling you, because you ain't gonna like it. That's just me. So me being in this role right here is very much allowing me to be my inner ratchet, should I say, if that makes
I,
sense.
no, I get it. I understand it. I think that makes perfect sense.
I
And
said
I
inner
think that's the
ratchet.
no, that makes sense. I get it. I get it. As an introverted person, and I do say to and people that are introverted, leave them alone because they internalize a lot. You don't know what they're internalizing for one, and a lot. So introverted people are dangerous because we can take a lot, but when we get to a place where we've taken too much, that implosion becomes an explosion, and that explosion is dangerous. Is lethal. It really is. Um, and I'm saying this because I know this just by psychology. I'm telling you, and this ain't no license to do that. So I hope y'all keep your sanity together. But most like serial people that kill people, they're introverts. They just take everything from the world and they just like, you know what? I got some for all, and they just lose it. They slip off. They leave us. So I'm glad that this process is helping you guys that are introverted to help balance your personality out. I hope that these characters or even perhaps helping you to vent, you know what I'm saying, helping you to vent a little bit. If that is, if especially if you can relate to the character in some way, and if there's something that I write, hopefully they can help you vent as well. So we have our next episode next well tomorrow. I'm saying next, it ain't no next, it's here. We right here. So is literally tomorrow. So stats, I see you grinning. Are you excited? Are you excited? You ready to go? I mean, what's happening? You ready for tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm excited. Always excited. Yes.
So
Always.
what are you are you just laughing at all the characters because we
No,
all know
I'm just
characters
laughing
and
because
all
you
that.
said next week, but it's
I
tomorrow.
know. I know it is next today to Wednesday. Right. So
Mhm.
so yeah, this is cool. It's always been a cool process, and I'm excited about doing it on this app. And so if you have not downloaded Big O, follow anybody on this panel, and just say how, and just ask them how can they watch it, how can you watch it, and they'll share with you a link when we go live, and you can check it out in real time. I did do a couple watchbacks on the app. That was freaking hilarious. People really enjoyed the watchback. But I'm telling you, this episode is going to be a whole vibe. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be funny. And so now we found out how you all relate to these characters. Y'all know a lot of the drama that's going on, especially with Sharon and Alex, only because all their stuff is in the street. So we're gonna use y'all as a prediction bar. What do y'all think is actually going on? Y'all know from the first episode that Sharon and Alex got a lot of issues, a lot of drama, just based on the first episode, and because you've read the second episode, what do you think is actually happening? And if you know what's happening,
I,
keep that to yourself. Because if I told
I
you,
hope
keep
I
it to
don't.
yourself.
I hope I don't have to kick off in nobody's ass. That's what I'm saying about
Don't
my
nobody want no
husband.
damn Alex. Look at her. She's so insecure,
Boy,
child.
shut up.
Sharon's so insecure, girl.
I hope I don't have to kick off in nobody's ass about my husband, Dr. Clemens. None of you hoes. Okay? But
I'm happy you care so
Look,
I
much
don't
about
care.
me.
Alex want
I'm
to be in
so
a poly
happy.
Listen,
relationship. What you gonna
listen.
do about it?
I don't
Oh
care if
man.
he is acting up.
He gonna be in a
Okay?
poly
That's my
relationship. What you gonna do about it?
husband.
Oh, that's my wife.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
so you got it. So Sharon plays your wife. That's Miss Extra. What do you think is going on? What do you think is just the pressure of life, the pressure of the business? What do you think is happening in this story?
I don't know. I just think it's just the pressure of the business, trying to keep it afloat because, Alex and Sharon, they're like co-founders of this business. And just when they get home, it's just some type of turmoil that's messing them up. And they're trying to get through it together, but it's really difficult because they can't communicate. So they have Dr. Clemens be their referee between their fights. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I just think it's just a business. And there's something that's happening. We'll find out sooner or later. But they're trying to work through it together. You could tell that they're trying to work through it, but it's so difficult. So
Okay. Well, Dr. Clemens, you're sitting in the seat as the shrink. So, what do you think is happening? And do you think they're at a place where they can recover, or do you think it's like, oh, they done?
I think they're at a place where they can recover. When you have two people who are a power couple, their time is limited, and if you lose sight of each other, your marriage is going to fall apart. And I just think that's what's happened. They've lost sight of each other to build their empire, and the empire is living in there now.
Ah,
You
that's
know,
good, Dr. Clemens.
yeah.
I'm gonna let you write for Dr. Clemens next time. So, Michelle, you're close to Sharon in this process, and so you get a bird's eye view of what's going on. So, what do you think is happening in this process? And do you think they can recover?
Um, I think they can recover once they learn how to communicate. But I'm gonna tell everybody right now, not too much on my bestie Sharon. Okay, she's going through some things, and we're working on it.
Oh,
So,
motherfucking period. Come
period.
on, best friend, period.
Not too much.
Period. And she
So you
said
so
what
you
she
feel like
said.
you feel like they can work through it.
Yeah. Hmm.
All right, cool.
Yep.
All right,
They're
that's
gonna get
interesting.
together.
So Imani, you're new to this process. You was a part of the first process, so you've seen it all. You've seen it all evolve. So, do you think this is something they can work through, or you think that it's trouble in paradise, and they need to probably try to figure out a way to pack up? Unmute yourself, though.
I feel like they have to have like a communication session, a real good communication session. Like that's what they need. I feel like they need that healing to actually take place through communication, and they could work on it, but they both got to be present during them sessions.
So both of them need to be open, they need to be willing, and be present.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good word that you use. I like that. They both got to be present in the moment because I think that's good. And I think a lot of the stuff that this couple is going through, a lot of couples go through, and it's just life stuff, and the moment we just sort of kind of deal with and process life stuff and just be honest and real, that is a core value for me. Just live your life with integrity, be open, be honest, always be open, because only open-minded people move the world forward. That's facts on printer. So always be open-minded. Most of us are too young to have any absolutes about anything. The only thing that's absolute is math. Everything else is questionable. That's facts. So we have to always be open for change, because we'll be surprised at some. So there are some areas that we could be being challenged in to shift and change our paradigm. But if we feel like we don't need to change, then we sort of kind of stick ourselves in the mud and just sort of kind of spinning out of control and moving nowhere fast. So, Neil B, you're new to this process, but I mean, you've seen the first episode and now you're part of the second episode. Do you feel like this couple can recover?
I do feel like there is some recovery, but call the cops and sound the alarm because them niggas got some work to do.
Okay, fan. Okay, fan. So listen, so Chuck, you have experience being in relationships in and out. Do you think this couple can recover? And if so, what do you think are some things they can do to recover? Or do you think it's even salvageable? I mean, let me hear your thoughts, bro.
We need to know what happened first. What happened? Because everything can't be recovered. Everything ain't a sit down. Let me get on the phone with Dr. Clemens and get my debt in order. Fuck that. No. We have to get out of here. So the question is, what happened? Can y'all fix it? I don't know. It doesn't seem to be that way. And if not, he needs to go. Sharon need more counseling with Dr. Clemens because she too goddamn insecure. But I love Sharon. She lit. But yeah, you know everything. The communication seems to be
insecure.
Well, the communication is lost, Sharon. The communication ain't there. And maybe because you need to be quiet and listen. Listen first.
No.
Xavier, not too much.
That's the problem. Listen, women been quiet too long. Kind of speak up and say what you want and do what you want, okay? But still, don't make me kick off in your ass. Period. Like that's just what it is. Don't make me kick off in your ass.
So, Michelle, I heard you chiming in, Michelle. So what do you think about what Chuck just said?
I said not too much. We
That's my
working
best
on
friend.
it, right? You know, I'm that friend that's gonna have her back regardless. But I'm gonna be like, Sharon, get over here. You're talking too much or whatever. But she's working on it. You know, leave her alone.
So do you feel like that Sharon is putting forth the effort to try to work on her to be better for the situation?
I feel like once her and Alex can learn how to speak and receive what the information that each other's given, then yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then Alex, you're in this situation. Do you feel like it's salvageable? Do you feel like that both parties are trying to fix it or do you feel like equally they're coming to the table trying to put forth effort, or what do you see? How do you see?
I see that they are trying because they're going to counseling. They could have got a divorce. They could have just went their separate ways. But they have this business together. Maybe because the business is keeping them together. But at the same time, they can still do the business separate. But they're still together. They're still in the same household. They're going to counseling. They're trying to make it work. Even if it doesn't seem like it within their counseling with Dr. Clemens, you can see that there's progress. They're trying to talk it out. Even if one doesn't talk as much, they're still trying. I mean, they still show up to the meetings. One of them don't have to show up, but they both still do. They both still try. So I believe it's salvageable because they love each other, and you can tell.
Hey,
So
that's what's up. That's what's up. That's valid. That's valid. And so the fact that they both show up suggests that they really somebody that even though there may be tension in the midst of the council session, the fact that they show up and this is the second council session that they'll have, and both still showed up. So I think that suggests that they are trying to work on it and they are trying to make the situation better. But I'm just gonna throw this out here. There is a popular song, and if you're from the South and you listen to blues, like my family do a lot, you would have heard this song that said, "It's cheaper to keep her." So, well, listen. With that being said, do you think Alex probably is playing chess in his mind? Is like, listen, let me just try to figure out how to work through this because it is definitely cheaper to keep her. Because they got this company, is successful, and hey man, just whatever it takes. Do you think Alex is in that space, or do you think he's actually honestly trying to make it work? I'll come to you, Dr. Clemens. What you think? Do you think What do you think? Do you think he's in that space of thinking it's cheaper to keep her? Let me just try to figure it out. Jeez. Unmute yourself though.
Um, I believe in some part, yes, because I would. I would. It just depends on the level of what happened. I think that's the deciding factor.
So okay, all right. So listen. So check. You saw the first episode. What you think happened? What you think happened? That's causing all this drama. What do you think happened?
See, I wasn't in it at first, so I would have been able to answer that. Now I'm in it. I'm like, well, he gonna tell me in episode 3 what happened. He said he won't talk to us about something. Tell us in episode 3. But I don't know. Listen, well, Sharon could have walked in and caught him cheating or something. She seemed very angry in that first one and ready to jump. But she, like he said, she is at the counseling sessions. She did show up. She is trying to make it work, but Sharon is the Tasha of the Tyler Perry movies. Come on, crazy, but you in love. Come on, something happened. But yeah, shit, I want to know what happened. So but yeah, I think it's salvageable.
You think it's salvageable? Okay, Michelle, in this process, what do you think happened? What do you think has caused all this turmoil? So Check seems to think that Michelle may have walked in on Alex cheating. Well, what do you think? You've seen both scripts. So what do you think happened?
I definitely think whatever happened was deep enough for both of them to lose trust in each other. I think that's what's really going on here. Like, they're just not trusting what the other has to say, and then they also don't know how to communicate that and receive it from each other, so it just ends up being feud all the time, so
Okay, all right, Sharon, pull up. So what do you think happened in this process that's causing drama between you and Alex? What you think happened?
First of all, he needs to open his mouth because she's more frustrated now because he's not communicating. He's not saying anything. He's just always saying he don't want to talk about it. So that's frustrating by itself. Not to mention just not knowing. You know what I'm saying? He could have cheated or whatever, but it depends on what level. It depends on with who. Him, her, them, who? Who is it? He got a baby?
Okay, them. All right.
Do we got a baby on the way? You know what I'm saying? It depends on the level. Before you get his ass beat.
Come on,
okay.
Cheating.
All right, Alex. So I don't know. What do you know? What do you think happened that caused all this drama that you and Miss Extra have? What do you think happened?
I don't know. From the first episode, we learned that something happened, and that what's it called? Sharon brought up. I never brought the thing up, and Alex says I never brought that thing up. Never brought that issue up again. And Sharon said I didn't need to. So it's like either Sharon did something or Alex did something. It's not really clear, but some issue was brought up or something they're trying to fight through is just messing their relationship up. So
you need some tissue?
Tissue? What? Okay. But I think truthfully it is a communication because Alex doesn't talk as much. Even with his boys, what you'll see in the second episode, he chimes in every now and then, but he's only there because he feels as if he needs to be somewhere he's familiar with, someone he can trust, some people that he can just let go and be himself and just feel comfortable. But when he was with Sharon, he just feels agitated. He feels annoyed. But he tries to make it work. But it's just he doesn't know how to communicate with her anymore because something happened. But they're trying. You can tell that they're trying. And you can see the love in little bits, but they're trying. That's all. That's all that matters. Is if you try, you can make things work. And if you don't try, I mean, whose fault is it?
Right. Okay, Nell B. You saw the first episode. Now you're part of the second episode. What do you think happened that caused this level of drama? Now, keep in mind, we got into your drama yet, but what do you think has happened that's caused their drama right now?
Oh my God. So I believe that all of this took place during the pandemic. And so, having that extra time spent and a lot of things were like shut down and a lot of us like lost like our like way of like loving people because they probably seen each other too much. I think that that may have had a lot to do with it. It could be a number of things, but my best advice is just to wait it out and just see.
No, I get it. I get it. So, Imani, you're new to the process. What do you think has happened? What do you think has happened that's caused all this drama with Alex and Sharon?
Well, based on the first episode, at first I started to think that maybe Sharon was doing the cheating based on like that one dialogue that was just brought up when they were talking about, well, why don't you want to talk about it? I was thinking like maybe she done something that he was hurting from and he didn't want to talk about it because it brought up more pain. And now it's like after doing the second episode, it's like, all right, well, now I'm more confused. I don't understand what's going on. But I know that, Alex definitely doesn't communicate well at all. Like, he just doesn't talk about his feelings or anything. He just internalizes all of it. So I don't know what's going to come out of that.
So let me ask you this. So all of us, and this, so I'm asking you all this question in real life. So how is it? What's important to you being in a relationship? Is it important to have somebody that over talks and just tells you everything, or just tell me some values that you look for in a mate?
Oh, well, I really look for communication is strong. Communication is very important. Like, if I'm not comfortable to express myself to you, who can I go to talk to if it can't be somebody who I'm spending the majority of my time with? It has to be a stable foundation in order to build something up. It's like planting a seed. You're going to plant a seed in toxic soil, or you're going to get some clean soil and a good seed and grow something beautiful out of it. So I really take my relationship situation serious. Like,
Okay,
I don't waste my time no more.
I get it. That makes sense. Okay, Dr. Clemens, Latisse, what are some values for you? Since this is love month, let's talk about relationships. We're talking about the drama in this show, but in real life, what are some values? What are some things that you look for that are valuable for you in a relationship? You unmute yourself though.
Um, Majorly for me is definitely communication. If we don't have that, we not it's not gonna work for me because I'm very transparent in my relationships because I don't want anyone to be able to tell you anything about me that you don't already know. And I would hope that we could talk about anything, no matter what. And then on top of that, I'm a sapiosexual type person. So I am aroused and turned on by people that are intelligent. And so it take a lot for me. If you don't have some of those components, the communication, the intelligence, um, loyalty, trust, it ain't gonna work. Not for
All
me.
right, I get it. I
Mm-mm.
understand it. Okay, so cut the check, Xavier. What are some values for you? Let's get a male perspective. Let's get a male point of view up in these streets.
It's
Um,
about the same, baby.
okay.
Communication. That, like Imani said, if I can't come to you and just let it all hang out or be my complete 100 self, it is not gonna work.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna even try. So, but communication, loyalty, trust. I gotta
Mm-hmm.
be able to trust you. I already don't trust no damn body, so it's hard already.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta let me know that I could trust you
Yeah.
and be loyal to me. Don't tell me one thing and then it's something else because that's not gonna work either. Communicate to me what it is. Stay loyal to me and trust that I'm gonna do the same to you. Be loyal and have communication because I'm gonna goddamn communicate whether you want me to or not. I just gotta say what it is. So
Gotcha.
I can't be in a relationship feeling any kind of way. So communication, loyalty, and trust.
All right. Okay, cheychase, I'm coming to you. What's a value for you?
Um, definitely communication. And then as I'm getting older, it's that characteristic of having wisdom. I definitely want to be able to learn from you. If you can get into me, you can get into my mind, we can grow, we can create that space to grow together, then we should be good. And the communication is just, it should be there already. So
Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Alex, stats. What's a value for you for a stable, healthy relationship?
Well, everyone's saying communication, which is key, but that's one of the biggest problems in relationships. Like, people can say they can communicate, but it's truly difficult. Like, I've been through it before. Like, I'm an introvert, so I was in a relationship and I didn't communicate as much, but the other person communicated all the time. So they were an extrovert. So it's difficult for someone who's an introvert who's dating an extrovert, or vice versa. So it's two introverts, communication. You just got to figure out a way or a balance for two people to communicate and figure out what is the best way to, like, get your thoughts out, to just say what's on your mind without, holding things in. Because if you guys communicate, I mean, life will be perfect. You just be transparent with each other. Everything will be smooth sailing. So that's one of the biggest things, I believe, is communicating. Everyone says that's what they want in a relationship, but some people just can't do it. It's just really difficult. So that's one of the things. Obviously, trust and just being there. And someone who is just goofy, a goofy person is amazing too. Someone who's not always serious. Someone who just wants to enjoy life. So just somebody who's just goofy, communicates, and just who's loyal, and just who wants to just be there with you no matter what. You make their day.
Hey, hey, those are all good qualities. I think definitely for me, communication is key. I have a T-shirt and a hoodie, and on the hoodie it says, "Loyalty is royalty." And because I'm a loyal person, just sort of kind of by nature, and so a person that's loyal to me, I esteem them in the highest. I promise you, you can get anything you want to get from me, just by being loyal, by being open, by being honest, and then obviously communicating. So all that's dope. Nell B, I just threw those my 2 cents. Anyway, so Nell B, what did you? So tell me, what are values for you that you need in a potential relationship?
I'm gonna go with the majority and say is the communication, the loyalty, the trust. But my main thing, and this is what I hate, just don't stress me out. Like I like to live life like stress free. Like don't bother me. Um, don't worry me with all the extra. Like if I get to that point that I feel like I am like stressed out, I will go to the next state on the month.
Okay, next state. So no, I get that. I get that. And so anybody in a relationship, I always tell them, I say, hey, listen, you may read something that I write, or you may experience a show that I write, and you may think by what I'm writing that I like drama. I like drama only to write it and or to watch it. In real life, though, no, 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 no. I don't like drama. I don't like drama. That's why I feel like a lot of times miscommunication is the root of all the drama, and or insecurities. And so, and I understand if I'm in a relationship, then I have a responsibility. That it is my responsibility to make sure that the person I'm in a relationship has some level of some security. I get it. So it's my job to make that person secure. However, that person has to also be able to unpack their own personal insecurities from their past relationships. And I think it's unfair, obviously, to make a person that you're in a current relationship pay for all the mistakes of the other person. And people do that a lot. I call it baggage. And so they bring this toxic stuff from the last relationships, and they project all that blame on the new person. Well, I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to digest it. I'm not going to be like, hey, listen, that ain't my bag. So you're not gonna give it to me to carry. So if you want me to be around here, I'm not gonna carry that bag. And so I can help you with some of your insecurities, but some of that stuff you just got to work on yourself. You got to work on that within yourself. And so within, as you come out of relationships, you got to take time to detox. I mean, you got to get all this person's, all that gook, all the ugly, all the bad stuff, that all the stress. You got to get all the actual system so you can be ready to love again. And most people just go from one relationship to the next relationship to the next relationship. Think about all that toxicity. Think about all that baggage, and that causes all that drama. That people are like, oh, hey, wait, and I'll stop you. I'll pump them brakes. Feel, hey, and what is that? Because that ain't my bag. So what is that? Where did it come from? And you're not gonna give me that bag to carry. That's not fair to me. So I think that's valid. So Miss Extra, so tell me something that's value for you to be in a healthy relationship.
Everybody's saying communication. Communication is key for me, but understanding is another
I
one for
like
me
that.
because you have to understand me as a person. You have to understand what I'm trying to say to you. With as far as like communicating, because I was in a relationship for 5 years with somebody. We communicated, but he didn't understand me. He didn't understand why I said what I said, why I did what I did. So understanding is another thing for me. Um, Cleanliness. I got a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I just you gotta bathe and stuff like that. That might sound kind of crazy, but you know
No, that don't
that's
sound
just
crazy at
big.
all.
That's just big for me. You know what I'm saying? I came across a few guys who, you know, hey, gotta wash your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like we too grown for that. But me, I just want somebody to understand me. For me, communication, um, goofball. I love somebody who laughs. I love somebody who can dress. You know what I'm saying? You come in the house smelling good, looking good, honey. I might have something for you over here. Now, come on, somebody, okay?
Come on, come on.
Um, it just it that's just what it is. It's like I have to be attracted to that person. I want that person to be attracted to me because you can lay and you can be with somebody and they not be attracted to you at all, and that's a problem for me. But yeah, communication, understanding is a big thing for me because you got to understand me. You got to. I'm a big deal.
I understand it.
I'm
I
a big
think I think
deal. Come on, big deal.
no big deal. No,
I'm a big
I think
deal.
I love all of that. I think that's valuable. And I think I'll be honest with you. And I don't think, and some people may even hear what Miss Extra just said and be like, she think all of herself. Oh, and the hell she should. So she is a big deal, just like you should think that you're a big deal too. And you should want people to respect you for the totality of who you are. And so I love all of that. That's real. That's facts. And that's what we should. That's what we should do. Now, let me ask you this: with all of that, all the things that you all said were qualities that you want in a potential mate. Do you have those same qualities? Because I find this to be true.
Oh,
People,
absolutely.
I'm
Absolutely.
just saying, that's
Yes.
great. That's great because listen, I was
But
talking to.
I
Go ahead.
I
Go ahead.
will
Go ahead.
say that I had to take some time off from a previous relationship. It's been almost a year and a half. So I had to take some time to sit back to understand who I was outside of this relationship. Because whether we know it or not, you change when you get in a relationship with somebody because you try to fix yourself to that person and that person tries to fix themselves towards you, if that makes sense. Sometimes I don't know how to say it, but y'all kind of got to mesh together. So you change little things that you do, he changed little things that he do. You know what I'm saying? So I had to be single for a while, and which I still am single, to understand me as a person. That way, when the next person come along, I won't have no extra shit going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? From what the next person did. That's why understanding comes a long way. You got to understand yourself and that person.
That's right. So I love what you said about understanding. Miss Michelle Cheychase, did you want to chime in?
Oh, I was saying, yeah, I feel like I have all the qualities I'm looking for.
But I think that's so important. I was talking to someone and they was reading down their list of the things they wanted in their man. I'm like, okay, well, read it to them. Let me see your list. And I'm reading the list, and I know I'm like, You don't have half of this stuff. You're not doing half of this stuff that you're wanting from this guy. And so women are like, I want a man that's financially secure. But let me see your credit score. Oh, your credit's tore off. How you going? How do you? So I just men, y'all chime in, men, because I don't want to be like a
wait a minute,
men,
Gentry. Wait a minute,
come on,
Gentry. First of
Unbelievable.
come
all,
on.
her credit score might not be 110%, but what if she working towards what she got to do? You know what I'm saying? And she just sitting
I
back
get it.
doing really nothing. She could be working towards it, so you can't really shoot that all the way down. You know, people have trust. They progressing.
I get it.
They
And
progressing.
listen,
Yeah, but
I
don't
listen.
expect me to pull up in a Range Rover with a damn credit score of
Listen,
850
listen. Let me
and
tell you
you
something right
live
now.
on
We
Section
gonna
8 and drive a Pinto. I'm gonna help you.
listen.
We gonna
Ain't
build
nothing
it
wrong with
together.
Section 8. Now hold on
But
now, but
don't
it's the
ask
way
me to
you
have it
handle
all,
your
and you ain't
things.
got half of
I just don't believe in
Listen,
asking anybody for like, or I just don't really freaking believe in like expecting something from someone that I cannot give. And so if I'm saying, hey, I want trust, I want loyalty, I want communication, I'm going to give you that. I want good credit, financially stable, like I want that because that's what I'm going to give you. And that's my main thing.
I get that, and so that's good, and so Miss Extra, I wasn't saying that she if she was working on it, but I said this too. I know this person. I know for a fact they're not working on none of that, and they
oh
just want
well,
this.
yeah, it's a difference how a woman carries herself as well. She may not have everything all the way together, but you would never know it. If she was carrying herself a certain way, you wouldn't know that she didn't have two nickels to rub together. You might see her walking down the street, and honey, she is titty top sharp. You hear me? It's
I
a
get it.
difference in a female. You know what I'm saying? And if you get with a mate, y'all could work on y'all shit together. If that's the goal that y'all going for. You get what I'm saying? Just don't come in the gate talking about some, oh, motherfucker, you ain't got this, you ain't got well, I mean, you ain't got you got. I mean, it goes both
Right,
ways, but don't be trying to be and you ain't work towards your goal.
right,
I
and I
get
think
it
that's all.
though, but
No, I think that's all I'm saying is I think that I think sometimes I think both men and women can have these high expectations. Like I know some men are like, man, she gotta have these flat abs, she gotta be skinny, she gotta be fit. And then I'm like, bro, you like a slob. So how you gonna want this fine cut girl and you want her all slim down and you ain't got your ish together in that area. So a lot of men we sort of kind of tend to lead with our eyes first, and it's like okay, but the very thing I think bottom line, all I'm saying is the very thing that you want or you desire from a mate, you got to put yourself in a position where you're able to give that thing away. That's all. That's basically what I'm saying in a nutshell. I definitely ain't saying it to throw shade on anybody, and I don't think anybody took it that way. But I think men and women, I think we do that. We have these high expectations of what we want in a mate, but then we don't put ourselves in a position to make sure that we're given the same thing that we expect back. So that's that, and that's all I want to say about that. So I listen. This was all fun. I love that we can get to turn up like this. This was cool, and because, like I said, we know each other on this virtual platform, and so it's really cool to get to talk to all of us like this, because we've never talked about relationships, and so this is sort of kind of a way that we're letting the audience into a conversation that we're having in real time about relationships and about things that we look for in a potential mate. And so don't y'all be surprised if y'all DMs get to lighten up. They're coming for y'all. They're coming for you. I promise you. If your DMs are strange like mine, I'm telling you,
Well,
be
I'm
ready.
like Neil B said, don't come over here if you ain't financially stable, if you ain't loyal, if you ain't trustworthy. I don't want it because I'm gonna give you all of that and more. So don't come over here. What Marquis said, don't come over here with that.
Don't come on with that. Period. I get it. I understand it. I understand it. I
Good.
understand it completely. So listen, so Cass, listen, I'm so excited to be working on this project with you guys. It's all fun. It's so much fun. This freaking episode that we're doing tomorrow is going to be freaking hilarious. I'm excited that all of you all are part of this process. We still have a couple cast members that aren't here. So that's Eli and Sean. And Nate, what'd you say, X? You need to kick that internet box. That's what's going on, X.
I was looking when I clicked back in. I said, "What the hell, Law?" I call him tonight and see if I could
Hey, listen,
get him a Wi-Fi box
y'all
down there.
see he got pissed. He got pissed. He said, "Am I lagging?" He was mad for a second.
But I don't
Okay.
think. I think he got pissed off but he wasn't lagging though. To me, he wasn't. Was he lagging to y'all? I wish he just would
Yeah,
have
he was
stayed.
lagging bad on this end.
Was he
It was
lagging?
like
Okay.
it's a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, but it's technology, so I mean, it sort of kind of is what it is. You know, just go with it, just rock with it. I think the last episode that we did of this, if you go back and watch it, I'm blurred out most of the whole time because my internet was weird during that time. But I mean, it's technology; it's not 100%. So you just rock with it, vibe with it. People can still hear what I said, you know what I'm saying, and people can still hear you guys, and so it's all good. It's all love. So listen, we're gonna get off of here so we can go on Big O and try to run this rehearsal really quick. And so I'll see you guys in the Big O streets in 1 second. So as soon as we log off, I'm actually already on Big O. So I'm going to close out this personal live and then I'm going to do a panel live. Come in so I can just get used to just kind of moving you guys on and off the screen. Let's start with scene one. So scene one is okay, all y'all that's up here except for the guys. So let's start with scene one. Let's jump right into that. And we're not going to read all the lines. We're just going to start with a few. I just want to hear you guys talking and then make sure that we don't have this weird connection or whatever. But it's going to be fun. I'm excited. So listen, tune in, strap in, follow everybody on this particular panel. Follow us. We're going live tomorrow, Wednesday, 7 o'clock p.m. With the second episode of Business as Usual. It is crazy funny. And as you can see, I have a cast of characters already by themselves. This could have been a whole episode. I ain't had to write nothing. I just ask a question and they're gonna go into all these tangents, which is dope. I love that. But we're having fun. I'm excited about episode 3 as well. We're gonna start getting some backstories on some other characters. So y'all get ready. It's about to be lit in these big old streets. And I'm excited for all of y'all. Listen, and tell all your friends to come through tomorrow and tell them to recharge.
Come on, recharge.
Come on,
Recharge.
retard.
I just want everybody to be gifted really, really well.
Come on, money.
Come on, pull up with the coinage.
Get in
Pull
them
up.
counts, baby. Get in them counts. Come on.
Pull up with the coinage. Listen, I want you guys tune in. I'll follow everybody on the app and follow me as well. And if you need help with downloading the app, Big O, I can send you some instructions about that. And that way you can watch this live in real time as it's going down. But listen, until next time, I want you guys to stay positive, stay creative, and most importantly, guys, stay clear. I'll see you next time. This has been Moments of Clarity with your boy CT3 and the cast of Business as Usual. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.